Okay, there we go. I hopefully have everything all figured out. Okay, this is super weird. Perfect. Alright, now we're good to go. Just checking something else. Perfect. But hello, YouTube, and Twitch now. I still need to do a lot more characters. Kane is about the only one that I need to do very in-depth. But I need to start working my way towards getting other people unlocked. And I'm honestly unsure of what characters I should start working on for unlocks. Interesting. So my stream thing will show interesting. It'll show both. I didn't realize that. I thought it would only show Twitch. Let's try Azazel this time. We are doing an Azazel run today. Just to warm up. Mostly because I do not feel like trying to do Bethany right off the bat. Thank you for the explosion. Excuse me. Okay. So, we want to get to either Hush. We also need to go down. Should not have tried to take damage there, but did anyway. I'm gonna go, rather than unlock those chests, I'm gonna run down here. Book of Secrets. I like that jump is just like, you just speed up, you don't even like jump over things. Thought it might show me where my secret or super secret room is. See, here's the thing that's nice about Azazel, but also, like, super annoying. Is that you can just kind of chill here. It works well and I like it, but it is also kind of annoying because it means that most of the time when you're fighting with him, you're just like running around. I do like him for this ability though. That's nice, gives me the whole map. That's just frickin' rude. Also, I'm going to check something. Huh. That's interesting. Sorry, guys. I am just also trying to figure out how this works. Sure, I'll just take the damage. Okay, Heath. You went the wrong way to the item room. Also, you knew that this room was open. Or didn't go anywhere. X-Lax is something. Tears Up is nice. Hills in each corner. Don't really like that option, but we'll take it. Might die here. And that's not me just like being defeatist. This might actually kill me. Just because I am not great at Azazel. So. And we have the dingle that shoots red poop. Why did Twitch give you a goddamn ad after subbing? I don't know. Also, did you sub? Well, thank you. Used my Prime. Well, thank you. I didn't get a notification pop up. Oh, there it is! Thank you for the subscription. 2 months in a row. Well, I can't pick up the Devil Deal item, so we're not even gonna go in. That is true, you have been. No. We're gonna be going back to trying to get to boss rush with Bethany. I just wanted to play a warm-up game, if you will. Because I still need to try and get Azazel to hush as well. Which is going to be interesting all on its own. I also gotta try and unlock the Forgotten Medicine. Yeah, unless I end up getting like Mama Mega or something. Or the Bean, which means I will inevitably die and lose it. Howdy do, fellow gamers. How you doing, Gymnast? So, Gymnast, I'm curious. Okay, yeah. Nothing. It already got answered. That was very rude of Twitch. Just subs gets ad. Excuse me. Yeah, that's kind of dumb. Excuse me, Breach? I'm probably dying here. I already know that. The Azazel run is mostly just a, okay, get the deaths, or get the stupid death out of your system now. Why, hello there. So, Gymnast Kid, because of how this thing is set up, you're gonna show up twice. Which is kind of funny, actually. Hold up. Oh, interesting. I thought I could make my chat box only for Twitch, but I can't. Honestly, the only reason I have this thing open, like my chat box, is because it shows me stuff a little bit easier, but I might just get rid of it. Because I am not a huge fan of it. So I'm gonna hide it for right now and see how that goes. Mostly just because I don't want the YouTube ads up here. Or not YouTube ads, the YouTube YouTube chat up there as well. Ha! I'll redo the floor, thank you. Probably dead here. Yep! I'm probably dead here. Immediately just full tilt into an enemy. Oh yeah, now I get to just leave like random shit bombs behind. It's kind of interesting. So, Gymnast, now that you're on YouTube, you can't really interact with Panda unless you see it on my stream where the chat box was, but I don't know if it'll do that. Also, anyone in Twitch, please say hello to YouTube. Because this is gonna just go on YouTube right afterwards, the whole thing. I am on YouTube. I said if you're not on YouTube. You already know what's going on YouTube. Why go onto YouTube, Gymnast? So you can not be a moderator? Sure, I'll take Deadbird. Look, Mom, I'm on the internet. Go, Deadbird, go. Wanted to check it out, though? Eh, fair. I was doing a bunch of looking yesterday, and, like, basically, though I do have both. Basically what I've seen, like, a lot of, like, content creators in general talk about is, like, the reason they like YouTube versus Twitch in terms of, like, watching streams more has to do with the fact that YouTube can have stuff in better, like, higher quality video and stuff. And that would be a much larger deal for someone who had, like, a really good or really nice camera. I do not. I have a basic bitch webcam that is doing just fine. It feels so weird to actually be able to pick up the hearts. I'm so used to playing Bethany now. Oh! So what kind of trouble have you been getting into, Panda? We got the Devil Deal, we got Pageant Boy. Here, I'll check it out. Ooh, yeah, let's try it. That gives us half a heart and a dream, but let's do it. Whoa! Hey! I got killed by my own shit bomb after I respawned, and I couldn't move because I was in the animation of like, hey, I respawned, and it was just like, bam, no. Oh, man. Ah! I hit my desk, so my lights decided to leave. Oh, monkey. That was fucking funny. Oh, why did that just... Monkey. Oh my god. Okay, that was funny. That was funny. Why do you have 3 asterisks? Just say ass or something? Okay, let's go to try and do Bethany. We are so close to being done, Bethany. Like, completely and totally. She's gonna be the first character. Ah, the Twitch clip got moderated. Moderated? Explain, what? Oh, I understand. Remove the link. Yeah, sorry, I've got most of that stuff turned off now. I wish you could still set it so that you could share clips, though. Like, it's just like, oh, you can't share, like, any sort of link. It's like, okay, but, like, Twitch, you know it's a Twitch clip. Okay, these guys are starting to get real old. Thank you. So how do you feel, Panda Maxi? You are now the boss. I don't know if you noticed that, but you are now the boss. You know, I don't want the Ankh. I really don't want it because Blue Baby. But I'll take it. Because I think that would be really, really funny. Or servers you do buzz. That is a-okay with me. An excuse to go and see my family more often. Also, I mentioned this to Gymnast, I don't know if you heard it, Panda, but in April, in the middle of April, I am not going to be streaming for a little while. I'll probably be gone for about a week. Yeah. I'm going to make some money. Only way I won't be going to do that is if Twitch and YouTube somehow kicks off like a fucking freight train and I suddenly don't need to. And even then I still might, just because I kind of promised my cousin I would give him a hand. Oh. Excuse me. Oh my god, I still get Bethany's ability. Or not Bethany's ability, but I still get the book of route, or book of whatever the fuck this is. You know what? I haven't unlocked anything as Blue Baby. We're gonna try and use this book. Oh, I just got fucking dummied there. But yeah, Panda, I'm going away to go and help a bunch of people shoot a bunch of birds. I don't know if you've ever been hunting. That's what's happening. I'm basically gonna go out into the bush / fields because this is where I live, is fucking flat as hell. I'm just gonna take them out and they're gonna shoot a bunch of snow geese. And I'm gonna probably end up cleaning a lot of snow geese. Okay, I really don't like the Stonies for that reason and that reason in particular, that they can just fucking shove you into a corner immediately if you're not, like, actively fighting them. Oh well, okay. I'm glad it remembered that it was Bethany. I was gonna say, I think that ethical hunting is fun. I do not think that the hunting that some people do is fun. I've never understood this room. You're not much the type for it? What do you think is the type for it? Fair. It doesn't always need to be about going out and getting your own food, though. You know that, right? I don't know what you guys have where you live. You don't much enjoy going out into the wilds. That's fair. Any particular reason? Or is it just like you just don't enjoy it? The reason I ask is because like I'm genuinely curious, because I've always been somebody who, whether I wanted to or not, you know, I got kind of sent outside a lot of the time when we were kids. There was definitely the mentality of like, you need to get fresh air, you need to go outside. And for us, at least in my family, a lot of the going outside was just, oh, okay, I'll just die to a fire. Was just kind of getting chucked outside and told to entertain ourselves. Lived on a farm. So that meant a lot of, like, running around through, like, brush and rose bushes and, you know, that sort of stuff. So I guess the better question for me then, and is, you don't like going much out into the wild. Do you like going outside, period? That's fair. I enjoy going out to, like, a restaurant. I mean, fair, so do I. I don't know very many people that don't enjoy going out to restaurants in some form. Yeah. Okay. But if you had, like, a garden, you wouldn't garden? Like, that's what I'm getting at? I'm so slow. You have such a green thumb. You have a black thumb, you mean? A green thumb means you can grow things, unless you're being sarcastic. Then I get it. Sarcasm indeed. Good. Kind of hard to tell sarcasm when, you know. The only thing you gotta go off of is text on a screen. and your general knowledge of the person's personality. You're horrible with plants. I don't know, I don't think that I'm terrible with plants. You just wouldn't be able to pull the trigger on a wild animal. So here's the thing that I learned, actually. I don't know how it works for you, but you can sign up for something if you have the relative and related like stuff you need to do. You can join a group that is, at least the one that I know of, is run by the university where I live. That is sometimes, yes, still killing animals. However, the ones that you are trying to hunt down and kill are ones like, let's use a deer, for example, are ones that have been reported to have something called chronic wasting disease. Do you have any idea what chronic wasting disease is? Panda. I think it's also called mad cow disease. Yes, I do. Poor deer. So you can sign up to be on a call list for the U of S and for the Wildlife Fish and Game Services. I don't know what telekinesis does. This is the first time I've ever used it. But yeah, you can sign up for that. And then you get the call, essentially, to just go and... Yeah, you just kind of don't get to. That's the thing, too, is, like, it depends on where you live, right? Like, where I live, it's not hard to get a gun, but it's also not easy to get a gun. Like, that's the best way I can put it. Okay, so telekinesis is probably the worst item I could have picked up, as... Oh my god, okay, so they need to fucking shoot at me? What the hell, bruh? Oh, fuck me. I'm just so slow. Like, I literally can't stay out of his way. I think there is a certain degree, if I'm honest. I think that strict gun laws is a good thing. I think needing to have, like, a background check done on you, needing to go through the proper channels, and needing to be taught how to use and load and arm and unarm and unload a firearm is extremely important knowledge to have in general. Right? Like, I believe that everyone should know how to handle a gun so that, at the very least, they do not accidentally shoot somebody in some situation. Do I think that the state's gun laws are a little nuts? Yes. 110% I do. I think the ability to walk into a Walmart and buy a handgun is insane. And even then, so, like, that's the thing, though, is, like, even then, in terms of, like, hunting small game, i.e., like squirrels and stuff, like, wanting to hunt squirrels, or, like, get rid of, like, pest animals, and the easiest way to do it is with, like, a small caliber rifle or an airsoft gun. Sure! Why not? What is the permitted power limits? Like, okay, when you talk about an airsoft gun, are you talking about the ones that use little lead, like, dart-looking things? Or are you talking about one that shoots little plastic, like, BBs? Oh, the one that shoots little plastic BBs? Okay, so that's called a BB gun. Where I'm from, that's called a BB gun. An airsoft gun is an air-powered rifle that shoots tiny little pieces of metal. The same concept as a BB gun, but it can shoot them at a high enough feet per second to kill small game. Like, and when I say small game, I'm talking, like, squirrels. And they're generally used, like, that type of weapon. They're generally used as, like, quite literally, like, just... Okay. So you have a BB one, not an air rifle. See, but that, to me, that still makes sense, because in theory, with a large enough caliber air rifle, you could theoretically kill someone. It would be pretty hard, but you could do it. That is true. I do not think that anyone and everyone should be able to just buy a gun willy-nilly. However, I do think that if you keep people... The less available guns there are, the better. See, And again, I both agree and disagree with that fact. The reason I agree with it is any sort of gun can be used to injure, harm, whatever. However, I also think that most weapons and most guns that you get a hold of in, like, at least where I live. Excuse me, I need to get rid of somebody. Most weapons that you can get a hold of outside of the United States. I'm going to say this very explicitly. Outside of the United States, most weapons that you can get a hold of around the world are long guns, which is rifles and long stock shotguns, which are primarily used for hunting, and really can only be used for hunting, if I'm completely honest. I don't know how you would be able to even try, like, you would need to treat it like hunting if you really wanted to hurt somebody with either of those weapons, because they're just a pain. They are hard to do anything with outside of, like, shoot a single target once at a time. Some bird hunting shotguns you can get where I live are semi-automatic, which means they can be burglary, home invasion, my first two ideas. That's fair. I'm assuming you personally have never handled an actual, like, long gun. At least where I am. Oh, do you do war games? Like the Airsoft war games or whatever they are? That's cool. But I was gonna say, you could also ask Gymnast. Trying to use a long range, like for lack of a better term, a real long gun, even a long range 22 caliber rifle, like the one that I have, is damn near impossible to use in any sort of, like, close. What would be considered, like, close quarters. Mostly because they are heavy and they are long as shit. Right. My thing is kind of, even with as much of a pain as a shotgun, for example, is... Yeah, no, it does start an arms race. Like, that's totally for sure. I ain't gonna disagree with that. But the thing is, and it's something... And then you get the USA. Yeah, exactly. And see, here's the thing that I've never understood about that. If you are like, okay, I need a gun to protect myself and my family from a potential, like, home intruder or whoever, right? Why wouldn't you put more things in place so that you wouldn't need to, like, own a firearm in the first place? Right? Like, oh, I'm worried about, you know, a home invasion and, like, people coming after. If you need a gun to protect yourself, you live in an anarchist state. Yeah, no, exactly. That is essentially what I... Thank you, Gymnast. I was trying to, like, figure out how to explain this. But no, in reality, the only time that you ever truly need a gun to protect yourself should not be from home invaders, but should be from, you know... Here, a great example. My cousin, who's a hunter, and hunts all the freaking time because it's his job, carries a handgun with him. Do you know why? Because bears are fucking scary. And bears will eat you. Yeah, so it makes so, like, the gun laws that you have in your country make perfect sense for the area. And I'm pretty sure the few places that you can go hunting in your country will be like, what are called reserves. So reserves are where animals are kept partially wild, is essentially the best terminology I can give you. And they're usually game birds, so like pheasants. And you just get to go and you pay some money and you get to go and walk around a like 2-acre plot or like a 5-acre plot of land and shoot a pheasant that you get to take home and eat. That is what most hunting from my understanding in the UK is what it is like now. So I can imagine that where you live is probably something relatively similar. Sorry, I gotta read that. They do. I would like for them to stay that way. Also, would also be nice if other countries worked on their citizen dissatisfaction, being able to afford living and quality of life, so crime rates drop, so needing guns becomes less necessary to be there. No, I 110% agree. I think that the only time someone should have a gun is if they want to go hunting. Plain. Oh my god, we got petrified poop on the first one. Plain and simple. Right, and I think that you should be trained and understand exactly what kind of damage you can do with a rifle or anything like that. That's the thing. So yeah, here's the thing that I always like pointing out is, do I think that everyone should be able to own a gun in wherever? No. Do I think that gun safety and how to handle a firearm, especially hunting rifles, because where I live, that's a real common thing to find in a household. Do I think that being taught how to handle a firearm and how to make sure a firearm is safe should be mandatory? Yes. I think it needs to be mandatory functionally everywhere. Because, like, sure, you know, you might never run into a long gun where you live. Like, you might never run into one in someone's house. Right? But, to me, all it would take is the very random chance that you end up needing to handle a firearm, Panda. And if you don't know how to do it, there is a distinct possibility that you accidentally shoot somebody with it. Like, that's why I think that it should be mandatory. Right? And maybe not even, like, going to, like a strict class. Like, I don't even think that you need to go to... I mean, like, if it's mandatory, then it would have to be a class. It would have to be something that you take in school, which is something they used to do here. Where I live, firearm safety used to be a thing that you actually had to do when you were in school. And they stopped doing it. And I don't totally understand why. Like, you might as well be, like... Even if you're not going to ever use one, you might as well be competent with something. Right? I mean, it's not like, I was gonna say, it's not like gymnasts got any sort of, like, formal education on how to handle a gun safely. I get your point. I get your point, Panda. That's a good point. I like it. The odds are about the same. I think the Russian spies are actually more likely. True, gymnast. That is true. Everyone needs to learn how to knife fight. Let's go. You know what? You might be onto something. For fuck's sakes, Keith. Stop getting hit. We're too busy talking about guns and Russians, apparently. As long as the oligarchy doesn't come after me, we're okay. That fucking skews you. Alright. Alright. Yeah, I do still agree with you, Panda. I think that needing to focus on why people are unhappy versus... Ooh, I can sneak that one. And I can sneak that one. Cool. Needing to focus on why people are unhappy and how to solve that unhappiness. Yeah, exactly. It's like, oh, these people are really unhappy. Okay, why are they unhappy? Well, because they can't make a living wage. Okay, well, maybe we should raise the living wage. Or raise the minimum wage to what constitutes a living wage. Exactly. You need to actually find what is causing the symptoms. Right? And that's everywhere. That's not, like, this is not me sitting here going, oh, this is what the States needs to do. No, it's what everywhere needs to do. There are capitalism at its finest. Exactly. But the irony of that is capitalism is make the most profits via whatever means. Ooh, so Gimpy can drop red hearts, which could keep me alive. I think he's talking about attacking the root of the problem, Gymnast. Like, pay people like a living wage. Me. I don't even remember what I said. The tangent I was going on though was saying, like, if you're going after like the root of the problem, it's like, okay, well, we need to, you know, attack the root of the problem. People are unhappy. Oh, that gives us a chance of getting good stuff. People are unhappy that, you know, they're not being paid enough, and they're unhappy because they're not able to afford a living wage. Then pay a fucking living wage. Make that the minimum wage. Actually do the calculations for what it is to own a house or buy a house and pay a living wage. That is something that every country needs to do. Did you know that a UBI... You will need to tell me what a UBI is, Gymnast. I actually do not know what that is. Universal Basic Income. Yeah. Did you know UBI is cheaper than food banks, EI, homeless shelters, etc.? That would not surprise me in the slightest, actually. Which is just sad that no one's actually done that math and been like, yo, hold up a second. But it's just not as profitable for them. It's more profitable for them to have those more expensive systems. But then people would stop working minimum wage jobs. Then guess what? You gotta start... See, here's the thing. And here's the concept that I've heard people say. It's like, okay, if you have a universal basic income, right, that you like maybe can't survive on, but it is a universal basic income and it is some form of savings. Right, it is some sort of money coming in so you can at least fucking feed yourself. Right? And you can at least, you know, like, do the bare minimum. And then people would stop working minimum wage jobs. Okay. What happens if you then take that minimum wage job, right, and rather than raising the minimum wage, make it so the more... Essentially, the higher your pay scale, right? So, like, let's say, you know, minimum wage job, you still get 90% of the UBI, right? And the more money you start making, i.e., like getting a different job at a different company that pays you more, whatever, right? The lower that UBI gets. To a point. Because then you'd still be getting all of the UBI and you'd be doing a minimum wage job, so therefore you wouldn't technically be making minimum wage. And that's the thing too, is I believe, I do really believe this, that people, if people were paid a universal basic income that allowed them to live and possibly save, I know that one of the theories that I saw, and that you yourself have stated, Gymnast, is that if you were making enough money to live and enjoy your life, you would work for free. You have said that to me. As long as you like where you're working. Right? So to me, that's the thing. So suddenly, it would also force employers to not be dicks, especially at minimum wage jobs, because their people can just go and find another job where the person's nicer. So suddenly... Ooh, no, I still want telescope lens. So suddenly, these people who are... you know, the managers or assistant managers or whoever of minimum wage jobs, right, suddenly need to actually worry about making sure that their workplace is a nice, safe, sterile, not sterile necessarily, but like, you get what I mean? Like, a place to work that is safe and, like, happy, right? Because I can tell you right now, Lightleaf, where we were working, Gymnast, I would have worked there, I would have continued to work there at what I was originally being paid, with no raises, because I just enjoyed it there. And that's the thing. So, like, if we had a universal basic income, then suddenly the people who own the companies and need to run the companies, I don't know what this does. Don't know what that does. Would need to actually worry about retention of employees. Right? Because they don't get to just lord over, oh, you are making more than minimum wage, which means you're most likely not gonna just, like, peace out and leave because you need to make money to survive. It's like, yeah, you're right. That's probably what's gonna happen. And it's what happens, right? Like, construction work is, like, the most common one here, where we live, Gymnast. It's like, how many people I have known who do construction work that, you know, some of them enjoy it. Some of them enjoy it, and some of them enjoy the people that they work with. But a lot of them are doing it because you make fuck tons of money. Oh my frickin' god, I keep hitting this one dice shard, and it just... I need to get rid of this item now. Yeah, exactly. People do ditch their desired jobs for better pay. Or some serious deflation. That too. That can happen anyway. Please and thank you. Shit's expensive. We're probably dead here. Yeah, no, exactly. Like, like, that's the thing. Like, it's so stupid that if you, like, if you studied for something, you should be paid adequately for it. Oh, 110% they are not. Canada, especially. Nurses in Canada paid absolutely terrible. Yeah, exactly. If you're a surgeon or an anesthesiologist or someone who's there to make sure that the person is alive on an operating table, you're kind of not getting paid a whole lot. Agreed. Oh, don't get me fucking started on teachers. My mommy is a teacher. Yeah, she is. Yeah, and that seems to be pretty, like, universal. Like, it's not even, like... Well, that's not just in the US. That's in Canada, too. I was originally... Fun fact. When I was going to university, I was originally going into the College of Education. I was going to be a teacher. I wanted to teach AP Bio. And then I learned how many teachers the College of Education pumps out every year and how little you make. And the only way that you are going to get a job is if you, like, get a job in, like, Tuktoyaktuk, which, by the way, is actually a town in this country. Yeah, here's a good way to put it for you, Panda. I make more money working at a liquor store than someone who teaches. And I should say, I do not make more money than someone who teaches right now, but the company that I work for basically makes sure that every year you get a raise of like $1, which doesn't sound like that's a lot. And I think it caps out at like a relatively high. Yeah, exactly. Like, if the more degrees you have, the more they have to pay you. But then half the time the fucking school board won't hire you. Yes, that is another thing, too. Class sizes, at least here in Canada, I don't know about the States, my guess is it's just as bad in the States, are, like, unholy. Trying to teach 40 kids doesn't work. It should be, like, 20 at max. I still don't really like Neptune. It's cool, but I don't like it.
Two of clubs. Judgment.
That's crazy. That's insane. That is absolutely whacked. Oh, that's interesting. So your toots from this one don't persist through.
Temperance.
Yeah, this conversation started very randomly. Initially started talking about me going and trying to help my cousin because he works and his job is like hunting. So I was gonna be helping him hunting, and then that started with guns, and then that got us started on just everything. That's so interesting to me how that works. Excuse me. If I don't think I'm gonna make it to boss rush, guys, I'm gonna just call her quits. Ow. And you guys will end up seeing me in a little bit. I know that that's a usable item. I don't know if it does anything with this, so I kind of have to try it. It just leaves a fire floating around the... That's stupid. But yeah, I do think that there are certain professions that should be paid way more than they're paid. Teachers, nurses, and like just like those sorts of healthcare professionals, as well as like the people that educate us. Like think about like more like older times. Teachers were like fucking revered. They were someone who was really important. To be fair, the role of teacher also used to be the role of elder. Either way, I do not think that that should have changed. I don't know what either of those do, so just give me 2 seconds to find out what they do. I know what the jar of wisps, sorry. Oh, I'm gonna take the wisps. What am I doing? Of course I need to take the wisps. And now I just gotta get me some stuff to charge it quickly. No. I really wish this wasn't a 6-room recharge. Excuse you. Yeah, because your mom taught younger kids, right, Gymnast? How the fuck do I avoid that? Alright. It is 10 o'clock. That means I am going to be leaving for an hour. I will restart the stream in about an hour 15. And we can continue this conversation, because I'm quite enjoying this, actually. But thank you guys so much for coming and hanging out, and I will see you in a little bit. Toodaloo.